Hello and welcome to more Tower Unite Ball Race, the quest for the golden melons. Yeah, I didn't think I was going to be making this video either, but, thank you for waiting very patiently for my next actual variety game to come out, but this week it's just too busy for me to do. Like, I do not have time to record and edit the new video between some real-life stuff going on and the fact that the Super Mario All-Star Attack update broke the save and I had to get back to where I was in the first place. Yeah, I gotta do something fast, and what could be faster than a ball race? So, yes, just like my previous, the tips and tricks for doing the no death runs, this video will have all the levels timestamped below, so, down there, if you just want to learn the locations on one specific level, go ahead, feel free to jump to it. Before we begin, two things of note. The first, if you've never gotten golden melons before, there's something to keep in mind. Now, yes, they're going to be much easier to get the golden melon achievements than it is to get the no death achievements. When you're doing no death stuff, you get one shot at each level. You mess up, you have to start all over again. With the golden melons, you can die all you want, so long as you grab the melon. So like, you can grab the melon, finish the level, that's fine. You can die, grab the melon, finish the level, that's fine. You can grab the melon, die, finish the level. You can grab the golden melon, not even finish the level, that's okay. But the thing to keep in mind is that you do have to get all 3 golden melons in one run. It's like if you, do a playthrough of Summit, and you grab melons 1 and 2, and then don't bother getting the third one, and then you're like, oh, whoops, I forgot the third one, load up Summit again, and just forget the first 2 and only grab the third one, you won't get the achievement. You have to get 1 and 2 and 3 all in the same run. For the most part, that's very easy. For the most part, the golden melons are not that difficult, except for Eruption. So the second thing I was going to say to keep in mind, if you have not done the golden melons, because I'm going to be doing this in the same order that we did the no death tips, I'm going to be doing, easy, medium, hard, very hard, all in alphabetical order, because why not? That seems like as good an order to do stuff as any. But if you're following along and you get to Eruption and you're like, oh my goodness, this is just so crazy and hard and the rest of them are going to be worse than this, they're not. No. Eruption, even though it's a hard level, is by far the worst of the golden melons. Like, doing the very hard, like, Prism and Midori are not as difficult in comparison. So it's not you, it's just, ugh. We'll get to it when we get to it. Alright, so, if you want to get to a specific level, jump ahead, and if not, join me as we start easy with GLXY. Alright, our first golden melon here in GLXY is on level 2, and it's not very far into level 2. You come down, get on the little spinning platform, ride it over to the left, and there it is at the end of this T shape. The second gold melon is going to be on level 4, and if you watched my no death tips and trick video, you already saw it because I got it during that video. It's actually kind of hard to not get. So you come over here, and then just before you go down the ramp, it's right here on the edge. I mean, like, I guess technically if you went way around, you wouldn't see it, but you're basically gonna run into it just playing the level. And right after level 4 is level 5 for our third and final gold melon of GLXY. We fall down these little platforms, turn around, I mean, sure, grab this if you want, but right here in the corner is gold melon 3 out of 3. You can see we have them all marked up there in the corner. It says we got them all. If you didn't have the achievement, right now you'd be getting this sunshine day thing. Here on Heavenscape, the first golden melon can be found on level 3. We're going to start doing the level normally. Going around the curve, going down here. Now, once we get here, we're going to, do the boosts per usual. And down here on this platform with this tree, this nice grass area, just go over to the right and under the shade of the tree. Right, when you're done with the bonus level, here on level 8, we're going to keep doing, it's actually basically kind of the same as what we did for the first melon. We go along, and then there's a little grassy patch off to the right. And there it is. And the final melon 3 is on level 11. We're going to go forward a bit. Now, you can go to the end and backtrack if you want, but to just make it a little faster, we're just going to go off the edge right here. We're going to this platform, though. If you feel more comfortable going down and around, do whatever. Just don't hit the bumper. Go around behind it. You found golden melon 3 out of 3. Onwards. Our golden melon quest here in Paradise begins on level 3, and actually, if you watched my no death video, tips and guide stuff, you've already seen 2 of the melons for Paradise. But, you know, for those of you who have not seen it, we'll show you all 3. Here, yes, level 3. Behind this bumper is our first gold melon. Here on level 9, we're going to find our second gold melon. It's right here at the beginning. We're going to get on this first turning platform. Wait for it to move over. Get on the second turning platform, go all the way to the end. And there you have it. Finally, the last melon on the last level 13. You also saw me get this one before. If you watched the other video, you go forward and land in this center square. Melon 3 out of 3. Here on level 4 of Summit. Seems kind of apropos for the day I'm recording. It's windy and snowy. We're going to continue on level 4. Making our way forward until this big gap, and you can just fall right down it, turn around, and grab it at the end of the platform. Now, if for some reason you don't want to do it, you can just, you know, come all the way over here and backtrack if you want, but look, it's plenty safe. If you did watch my video, you know the only thing I had to say about Summit was on level 8, don't take the golden melon skip. Well, this time we're going to take the golden melon skip. So here, at the very start, just go straight through this window in the wall and land on... Oh, I even went too far. But again, just like I said in the intro, it doesn't matter if you die, so long as you pick up the melons. It'll go slower, and you'll fall right on the melon right here. And look at that, we still have the golden melon. It doesn't matter that we died. Melon number 3 is going to be here on level 10. We're going to start doing the level. Past this first block. Past the second block. And now, we're going to pass the third block. But when we get to the 4th block, we're going to be right here, turn around a little bit, and there it is. The final melon, 3 out of 3. We got our achievement, even though we died on level 8. Woodlands, the first gold melon, is here on level 2 with all these falling rocks. Instead of going straight forward, we got pushed a little bit, we're going to come out here, go to this little outside platform, and find it here in the middle. Level 8, the golden melon. I did mention it in the other one, though you didn't see it. Right here at the very first pyramid, we're going to hug the left wall. As long as you push into the pyramid, you're not going to fall off. Just work your way around the side, and there you go. Final melon number 3 is here on level 10, the exciting hammer level. Don't worry, you don't have to actually deal with the hammer time. We're going to go right up to this big melon right here. Turn left. You can't see it yet, but you're going to line up straight, just, you know, just like a balance beam, like if you're doing a no death, and just run forward. And I messed it up. But that's okay, because we have another, 5 lives to try it on. Line it up straight, perhaps do a better job than I did. And this time, go for it. There we go. And just like that, you've got the golden melons. We are done with easy. Let's continue with medium. Event Horizon, level 2. I showed this one in the other video as well. I even pointed out saying, hey, if you need practice with orbiting, grab this golden melon. Either we're going to start the level as normal. We're going to go all the way up, as you might have guessed, to the orbiting sun platforms. And then we're going to continue past where we need to be, all the way over to that right side, and that's where the golden melon will be on the platform. So we get on one of these. Keep it going. Keep it going. Don't be distracted by the exit. You can see our destination in sight, that platform right there. And there we have it, gold melon number 1. Melon 2, here on level 7. You just go a little bit forward, and when you reach this star, just go to the left. There it is. Level 11 is where we're going to get our 3rd melon. We're going to start out doing that big jump, and it's right in front of you. It's just that simple. You don't even need to, stop yourself. You can just roll right through it and off the edge. But what do you care? You've got all 3 melons now. Continuing with Khromidro, we're here on the very first level to get our first melon. It's actually the only first melon that's on the first level. We're going to try and make our way to the lighthouse. You can play the level normally, or you could, skip a bunch of stuff like I'm doing. Whatever floats your boat. Go up here on the launcher, forget all the rest of this stuff because we want the lighthouse. Alright, so when you get to the lighthouse, what we're going to do, instead of just going straight to the end, take the right path here. And, in fact, you can see it right there. this side of the thing, it has a nice slope to it. So what we're gonna do is stand right here, and then hold forward, and you'll just bounce on up, and there's your melon. All right, level 4 with the tornadoes, our next golden melon. While I get to the place I need to be, fun fact, did you know that on level 2, the spiral level, the ending is directly below the start? Unfortunately, there's a death wall in between, so if you know how to get past that death wall, that seems like a fun skip. All right, but now here's where we want to be, these sort of conveyor belt platforms moving along. We're going to take one up, ride it on up. Now you can drop right now if you want. I'm going to go to the melon just to be safe. We're going to fall over to this island here, pick up gold melon number 2. Back to back with level 4, we have level 5, and it's basically the exact same thing that we just did. We're gonna go forward a bit, get to a spot where we can raise ourselves up, namely one of these platforms, and we're gonna drop right on that platform in the middle. And there you go, all 3 Khromidro melons. You're not even halfway done with the map, and you can already exit out if you want. All right, Nimbus, let's start with level 2. We got this one during our no death video. And you get over here, just take the teleporter, and I can't even show it to you because it basically puts you on the golden melon. Melon number 2 here on Nimbus 6. It's not as easy as the first one that, you know, just drops you right on top of the melon, but it's nothing too hard. We're just gonna go up the left side of the path, and then when we get to this little kind of outcropping of tiles, just go to the end and grab it. Our last Nimbus melon, number 3, is here on level 9, and all we have to do is go under the ramp instead of going up it, and now you're done. So the first melon in Oasis is here at the pyramid. Now there's a couple of ways you can go about trying to get it. Probably the easiest is just make your way to the end and drop off. But if you want, you can also go up earlier. Oh, no. Thank you. And try to just climb up the side of the pyramid. No! It's right there, by the by. It's like, if you want, you can try and go up this way. Ah! And then get hit by a rock. So that's why I suggest getting to the end and then just dropping off, because it's a little bit less random, like that. You know, whatever works for you. All right, so level 7, we're gonna just do it as normal. We're gonna get to the end, gonna get up top, all that fun stuff. Let's get through our tube, come on. Let me through, I've got melons to get. Let me through, I don't want to get attacked by you. There we go, finally. All right, so we get up top, go through our pipe as per normal, shoot out the top. Now don't hit the goal. I know you're used to just going brr right into it. What instead you're gonna do, turn around and just go on top of this, and it's right there at near the end. Like, it's not at the very end, but it's close to it. And the final melon's level 8, the very next level. And unlike the other ones, this one is probably the easiest. Well, okay, if you don't do that, but this one is the easiest to get. You know, it's not like you have to deal with the rocks on the pyramid. You don't have to deal with the spinning tube. You're gonna go through here, but instead of getting on the speed booster, we're gonna pull a Khromidro and go to the little floating island. Now, unlike Khromidro, you can't get back, so I mean, maybe if you got a cool little bounce or whatever, but yeah, don't try to do your no-death run and the Golden Melon run on Oasis, because it ain't happening. Alright, so here we are in Eruption. We're right before our first Golden Melon, which is on level 4, but I just wanted to stop here on level 3 to just, again, remind you, Eruption is by far the hardest of all the Golden Melons to get, and I'd say is harder than doing the no-death achievements. It's just the things don't always work right, and it's very annoying. And to that end, I don't even promise that I'll get all 3 melons in a single run. Like, I've done it already, I got my achievement. That's on you to do. I'll just show you where they are, and, well, good luck getting them. So, the first melon is here on level 4. And I'm going to show you where you're trying to go before we actually try and do it. Because at least you'll know where you're trying to. This is actually the worst thing in all of Ball Race. It just does not behave consistently. So it's after this bit, and I almost got it. So what we're trying to do is land up there. You can sort of see there's a extra exit poking up out there. You want to hit that boost on the ramp, go up the ramp, hit the wall, bounce over, and go to the left. Now, in theory, that doesn't sound all that difficult, right? Like, you know, it's just boosting off a ramp and, you know, moving over. The problem is the way that you get flung off this thing at the top is... Now, if you go too far to the right, well, you'll miss it. What I was trying to show you is if you're too far to the right, you're going to hit the lava pillar and die. If you're too far up, you're going to hit the stone arch, get knocked down, and die. If you're too far to the left, you're going to hit the wall, bounce off, and die. And you're like, okay, so you just have to kind of go in the middle, right? Well, that doesn't always work either, because you have to be in the middle, but kind of leftish middle, because if you're, you know, in the center, you're going to kind of do what I just did there and fly past everything. So it's like you need to hit this and go, but not too, like, just like that. I got knocked down. Now, I didn't die, but there's no way to get up from over here. Like, it kind of almost seems like it'll work if, like, you're, oh, hit the right angle and bounce up. But then from here, yeah, it just doesn't work. Does it work? I never got this to work before when I was doing, I don't think there's any way to get up that last one done now. So yeah, this is Melon number 1, and I mean, the good quote-unquote news about all this is, it is for sure the hardest one. So, like, the other ones aren't great, but if you get this one, at least, you know, you're not ending with this one where you're like, oh, I got the other 2, but now I have to do that one again. All right, back again with more lives. Let's get some more attempts in. This is actually, I'd say, the golden melon that you might run out of your lives on. Because, you know, before I was explaining and showing stuff off, but even with 6 lives, you know, 3, and then it will reset if no one's beat it, and then another 3. This one, you know, it might cause you some issues. Now, and here's the problem. You'd think that there'd be, like, a way to line it up and be like, oh, you just, you know, aim here and aim at this rock or anything. But the problem, it's the bounce. Like, you know, it's not like, say, getting, like, the hole-in-one in golf where you have, like, a pixel-perfect arrow that you can aim at. Like, even if you think you're pixel-perfect, you're not. Like, I was right on target, but that time I was too high. What did I do differently that time that, you know, made me too high as opposed to, you know, not the other times? I don't know. It's just very, very frustrating. Okay, and that time we went too far to the left and too far down. At least we got our 3 attempts in before the time ran out. So we get another 3 attempts, and yeah, it's... I just wish you could keep playing a level, like, you know, oops, okay. Well, now I'm just talking too much. I'm doing stupid things. I wish they gave you an option to keep replaying a level, as opposed to immediately moving on. Like, it's like, okay, no one beat it, try it again. But then if no one beat it again, like, do you want to move on? Hey, look at that. So either don't hit the thing until you grab this, because, I mean, I've done it before. I knew what I was doing, and it took me, what, like 12-ish tries to get? Don't hit the end before you've claimed your melon. You will be very sad. Okay, here we are, level 10. Fingers crossed that we'll get a good bounce. And I mentioned it in the other video, we're bouncing off of a fan instead of a rock. Right here. And again, the problem is, it's easy enough, right, to aim at the fan and hit it. It's just the fan won't always bounce you correctly. Well, okay, also, you might think you're lined up and you hit the rock and then you die, but that was just me being bad. So, you know, if you're not bad, you don't have to worry about that. But yeah, I've had the fan sometimes not bounce you the right way. But at least, you might have to give it a little help, but that's what it's supposed to do. And for us, it worked on, you know, the first try. I mean, the second attempt, but the first attempt, I just messed up. Yeah, sometimes you'll hit the fan, and instead of bouncing, you just kind of, like, roll up it into the lava, and it happens. Sorry. It's frustrating, but it happens. All right, level 12, and here's our last one, and let me tell you, it feels bad if you don't get it now. So, what we're gonna do, just right here on this first down ramp, you see that little melon off on the side there? We're gonna go at that with speed. You need some juice for this. Bounce off it and make it. Okay, I barely made it. You're getting into that little crevasse. is what you're trying to do. There we go. Again, that took me 2 tries, but that's because I've practiced it a lot, and I've definitely had it where I've gotten level 4 and level 10 and not, you know, just barely missed this every time. And it sucks. But this one, at least you can practice, right? This one isn't janky the same way. You know, it's not like the fan not working. It's not like this weird angle that you're not getting when you're doing the ramp. It's just that sometimes... I'm gonna run out of time anyway. You know, it's just you got to get the speed, you got to get the right angle on it, but at least it's something you control for this one. All right, let's try it again. I mean, we already have it, but let's see if we can get it. Yep, nope. Not enough speed and the wrong angle. Now, of course, at this point, we already have the achievement. You don't need to beat the level. There you go. Just like that. You say, just like what? Can we do it a 3rd time? Yeah, so, like, if you aim at this plant kind of right here, that's sort of a good, at least, starting point for you to get your practicing. Yeah. And then, you know, like, sort of aiming at this corner, at least at the angle we came off at. So there you go. Eruption, 3 melons. And, you know, as I said, they're the hardest things. They're for sure the hardest melons, and I would wager they might be harder than doing no death. I guess, you know, that'll vary from person to person, but if you did this, don't worry. Like, yes, we still have a hard and 2 very hard levels left, but they're easier than this. So, memories, level 4. Now, like Eruption, the first melon of the 3 is the hardest to get, and it's on level 4 again. Luckily, unlike Eruption, when you get this one, the other 2 are just free. So we're gonna have to take the left path, unlike what we did in our no death run, taking the easy right path. Oh, there it is. There we go, melon. Now, you know, this one, all I can really say to you is practice. Now, of course, it might be easier for you. Well, I don't know. Can you get it? Yeah. So you can go backwards if you want. If you want to, like, take the easy path over and then try to, you know, get it from the backside. Whatever works for you. Although, you know, I'd say if you haven't done the no death runs yet, practicing the hard side without the, you know, walls. Dude, does this work? Yeah, I mean, you can do it. It's not the most graceful. The level's definitely set up to approach from the front. But yeah, you know, whatever works for you. But yeah, if you don't have the no death run yet, I would work on getting the left side first, because you'll get better practice for it. And then when you do the no death run, you can do the right side where you get, you know, little bonus walls to help you stay afloat anyways. Yeah, see? We would have gotten it again. That's where it was. It's not that hard when you practice it. Okay, apparently if you go straight at it like that, it could work. I wouldn't count on it, but that's another option, I guess. Okay, level 7 is our second melon, and as I said, the first melon, you know, it takes some skill to get. The other 2 they're free. You do not need to worry about them. Follow this guy around. Boop, you got it. And here we are, level 8. That's back-to-back melons again. You do have to play a little bit of the level at first. Well, okay, you actually have to play most of this level, but thankfully this isn't a hard one. We're just making our way over here. We'll just drop down again like we did before, and instead of taking the booster, we're just gonna go out on this little platform, and there's all 3 melons. Now, at this point, you could even quit if you wanted. That said, if you don't have your no death, I would definitely practice level 12 while you're here. Why? Why should I practice level 12? Go watch the other video and you'll see why. Hey, level 4 of Midori. Oh. Apparently the holiday event has started. What the heck was that noise? Oh, I got a coin. Okay. Good for me. Anyways, level 4, Midori. That's where our first golden melon's gonna be. So we come down to these spinning things here. And we're gonna go to the second one. This first one holds nothing of interest to us. Now, this one, you've got a couple options. You can either, you know, if you want to go really fast, just go up the ramp, go down the other side. But, you know, if you want, you can also just spin around it until you get to the far side. And there it is, melon number 1. Back-to-back melons on level 5. Yeah, you saw this in the other video. It is on top of the center of the clock hand. So the best way I'd say you can do it is get yourself right in the center and get pincered by them. And you want to, hopefully, get flung forward. Now, yeah, it's technically speaking, you could try and like roll and bump up onto the hands, but it's not very consistent. Like, they often just push you instead of you like bumping up onto them. Like, it's not like the thing in memory where you just like roll over the thing. And boink. All right, now let's aim for the center, and there we go. Landed on the melon. And we even saved the day. All right, we're here at level 11. Yes, you have to make it all the way to the very last level to get the last melon, and it is at the very last bit. So, we're gonna get on our little spinners. Now, you have two ways you can do it. You can either go around there and get to the center, or you can go around to the back side here and get on this one. But either what we're trying to do is get to the very back left, right here, this rock orbit. So we're gonna get this little melon, and then there it is. You found melon 3 out of 3. You've got 1 level left. So I'll go see you on Prism. All right, here in level 6 is our first golden melon of Prism, and this one can be a little tricky. Not the melon itself isn't tricky, it's the same thing that I said in the no death run, is your timer is kind of tight if you're doing this solo. So like, if you can rope a friend or two into helping you with this, it'll definitely go a lot faster if, you have one of them go press one of the buttons while you press the other, or they both go press a button, you position yourself to go up. Because again, like, there might be a way to skip, the second button and get there, but I've tried it and it's never worked for me, no matter what angle I go at. I can't get like a good bounce. So yeah, the melon itself isn't too bad. It's just that your timer is so tight that you're not gonna have a lot of time to do it. It's not, like, you don't get 3 chances to just like throw yourself at it. All right, let's get up because we want to. Now we want some good bounces. That's not a good bounce. I should be able to get up in time. It's fine. Bounce 3. All right, so we're gonna position ourselves. If the way we have to go is 12 o'clock, we want to go about 4 o'clock, about there. So I'm gonna drop onto this one. You want to be in the top corner of the boxes rotating around, and there you go. It's a melon. But yeah, that's, as I said, the melon itself isn't that bad. It's just, you position, so that's 12 o'clock. It's around the 4 o'clock area. You can go off a little earlier, and you just want to be on the top corner. It doesn't matter which box you take. I went on it sort of slanting backwards. You can slant forwards. Whichever box, speaks to you. Just be in that upper corner, and you will get the melon. All right, after our bonus level here on level 8 is where our next melon's going to be. We're going to take the hard path, like I mentioned in the other video. I said, why go the hard path? You're not getting the golden melons. Well, now you are. So as you can see, this one is definitely a lot skinnier than the one on the easy path. Just try and stay towards the center. And if you stay to the center, you shouldn't have problems dying. Now, on the other hand, when I'm trying to record and show it off, it gets a little tricky there. Yeah, see, if you go a little faster, it's a little easier. Again, you just press into the wall. Try not to die. There we go, we pressed into the wall. That's fine. Now we got some more of these blocks. Got a very annoying camera. All right, we're back up to the colored blocks, and that time we made it. We got to the gold melon. I mean, we'll try and finish, the hard path because we're up here already, but you don't need to. You just need the melon. Say, oh no, all those melons we could have got. You know what? I don't care about them. I want to go to the next golden one. And finally, level 14, and we will be done with the golden melons. If I could actually get up here. And it's right here at the beginning, too, so you don't even have to go very far. We get on the first ramp. We go around, and where it's, it's telling you go into that hole, but we're not gonna. We're gonna go past the hole, drop onto the box, and just kind of, float around until you get it. It's around there somewhere. Like, it's hard to tell you, like, go to this spot in particular because the box is both turning and rotating at the same time. So, just try and get sort of towards the top. There you go. And 3 out of 3. Our melons are done. So thank you again for joining me for some more ball race shenanigans and putting up with me not having my new variety stream out. I've wanted to play this game for months, so trust me, I want to get to it. I just did not have time. But that'll, do it for today. I hope you either learned something, found yourself some gold melons, or again, even if you just enjoyed grooving to some legally distinct monkey ball action, hope you had a good time. And as for me, it's time for me to go investigate the holiday stuff that apparently just started while I was making this.